That's a good point.
Okay.
Where do Cloud9, who plays on the B bomb site? Now Stewie is gone. Again, that completely changes the whole map of Inferno CT for Cloud9. So this will be very interesting, but we'll have to wait to see that because SK is starting on the CT side. Fur looking for more action with his USP. He had quite a lot of frags in the pistols in the last game. Didn't amount to much in the end, but definitely some nice highlights from him. Can they go one better than that in this pistol round, SK?
The timing.
Cold and Stewie on B. That's that's quite a prospect, isn't it? I'm gonna go B. We'll push through Stewie and Cold. Well, great. Ooh.
Oh.
Bye bye. See you later. Okay, there's another one.
Three bullets shot so far.
This is not good. Did he go cross for the?
He just took the smoke.
So grab that smoke.
Wow, that was a very labored kill from Rush. Maybe some nervousness from Cloud9 on this Inferno. Awkward, they're lining up. The bomb's been lost. Skadoodle now. He can be quite a clutcher for Cloud9, but maybe we're asking too much of him on this occasion. That is a pretty horrible spot he's in. Pistol goes to SK, sorry.
That was one of the most tragic pistol rounds I've seen. It's like, first this happens, you know, you shut down automatic, then you walk up, Stewie gets a kill, and then there's a smoke there. You still keep trying to push it, and you keep trading unfavorably every step of the way. Like, it's just so tragic. Oh no. Well, they got CZs now at least. That's fun. Almost feels like you're winning when you have to force bind. You got we have CZs. This is great. Feels pretty good. They also give you like so much confidence, and like the fact that there's so much the move speed is so good, and like that first bullet accuracy on it is so good with the running as well. It's actually just so sick sometimes. Like better than having an AK in certain spots.
The F1 race car peak.
Yeah. Oh, it's so frustrating to be against that sometimes. This could work out. Stewie though, he's looking to play this safe. He's wanting the info.
I've said this before, but like the birds you hear in the background, it's the kind of sound you hear on a Japanese subway. Like there's quiet stations. Try to keep people on the right side of the tracks. CZ's charging the B bomb sites, and maybe they'll get a bomb plant out of this. Seems like they will. Skadoodle, I like the plants further back, so he's not exposed as much to Banana, and he's not exposed to CT. So it's a safer plant than going for the coffins. When you have construction, nice 1D from Rush.
Things working out really well. Those CZs, man. Really nice movement around the map though from Cloud9. There's a pretty good call to go back to 2B.
Damn, they 5-man jumped through that smoke.
Yeah, I respect that.
CZs.
I respect that.
How do you stop that? 5 CZs just jumping through a smoke.
You have 5 CZs yourself. That's how you do it. You can fight fire with fire. It's the only way. I do like it when teams don't respect the smokes fully and just like...
I love it.
It's really important, especially on this map, because this map you get shut down by smokes. Not enough teams, when you're playing T side and you get that CT deep smoke, not enough teams actually just push that smoke, even with pop flashes and stuff, to make it safe. It just doesn't happen enough.
Yeah, they didn't have a smoke spawn, not a flash.
Oh. There's also like a good window of timing where if you watch like 10 demos of teams doing it, you can definitely find some timings where you're going to be able to push it at a nice spot where they will rotate, peel one player back, and you could get a potentially good advantage. CZ's man, they're strong! 43 for SK as the push continues. Cloud9 committing on Banana, but maybe that will be their downfall because Fallen's still waiting by the sandbags with his CZ, and we've got Fur going for that flank, tightening the noose, constricting Cloud9's movements. Will they be suffocated, or will they find a way out? It's in an okay position, it's just that I think Fur is very scary here.
Ooh. 30 seconds remain.
A flash rotating CT spawn right now. 2 people in the site.
Ooh, that's a big flash. The pull flash, I love it. Never see it coming. Only 1 kill though. FNS will trade and get one better than that. Running out of bullets though, they both are, but he has the pistol ready and Bolts does not. 1 versus 1, 12 seconds to remain. But Fer gets there with the UMP. Very difficult round and they will continue to trade. Show me the force fires, baby.
Kingpin. Winning them points.
Giving away all the points.
Get him, get him, get him.
Soon we'll have no points left. Have to buy them back from people. You can give them out again. So there's that deep banana smoke here from the CTs. I wouldn't imagine that they'll rotate someone back just yet, but Automatic going for the boiler peak. Very nice. Good crosshair placement from Automatic there. Very, very nice indeed. And now this does have there's a bigger argument here for Cloud9 to retake Banana. They have loads of time. They have a 5v4. They can try to trade their way to success as well. The resmoke is definitely a possibility, as we can see from Stewie, but Stewie wants to angle the fight first.
Wow, that's a big kill. He just took back halls.
And the deep banana smoke, I'm not sure if it was just refreshed. It must, yeah, I think it was, yeah, it was, yeah. Stewie refreshed that smoke. And the smoke is being respected here, and Falling's going straight through said smoke as it dissipates, doing some additional damage from the flank, and they line up for the spray of Cold Zero. And that's a round where I feel like Cloud9 respected smokes too much.
Yeah. I feel like SK played that so well. The repush into halls when they realized that Cloud9 is taking too long. They're probably getting ready to take back banana control. Repushes into halls to get that kill, falls off. Someone re-aggresses halls. And at that point, I think it was Fur or Fallen pushed through the bottom beast mode.
Fallen, yep.
It's just, they could do no wrong at that point.
Yeah, that was some good counter-strikings. Counter-strikery.
Internet service providings. Fallen rotating towards the A site. So, as per usual, it's Stewie towards B. The flashbang is in. He'll back off. Holding on to his Molotov for now, so he's not going crazy. He's not splurging the utility. And Cloud9... Ooh, look at that. Are they banking on a rotation here? Because they're not even leaving a lurker. They're just moving towards the A site. They are on pistols only. But when will they burst? They can't wait too long. Here it is, and Fer will be off the angle. They come towards him, but it's a very basic flashbang, and he'll be forced away. But can he hold the line? The bomb has fallen towards him, and that is disaster for Cloud9. Oh, the pre-fire, but Fallen steals the kills. Skadilo makes his way towards the short position, but he's short of the bomb, short of a bomb plant, short of a gun that can do significant damage.
Good hold from Fur.
Yeah.
I like that he realized that he didn't have time to throw the HE. And then also realized that he didn't have time to run all the way back, so he had to actually win the fight. And the jumping player. 4-1, so SK off with a good start on the CT side. Maybe our prediction will be correct. Sean, about this one, we'll see. So far they're playing
Well, it's definitely
well.
closer, so I think we're correct already, Dan.
Yep. I'll take it, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Whatever I can do, not take an L.
Cloud9 creeping through the apartments. That often can be found creeping through apartments.
Mostly my own. Sometimes I get confused.
Oh, that's a nice grenade. An egg in the basket. Now, the bomb's been left in second mid and it's being retrieved by Rush. Maybe it was on the balcony. Either way, they've got the bomb. Cold Zero trying to hold down the short position, and that smoke is going to stop the trade from happening, but Tarek maybe gets something greater out of it with possession of the pit. There is a flank. Stewie's just standing in the middle of mid. Waiting, containing. There's Tarek taking Fur down. Now the smoke's gone on the balcony. They're more aggressive for Cloud9. They are cleaning house. No smoke towards Arch though. 2 versus 2. The smoke is down, but surely there's a gap in there. There is. Fallen will take risks trying to look through it though, especially with a UMP. But he's just showing presence for Stewie. There's one kill against his good old teammates, taking him out one by one. That can't feel nice. 5-1 for SK.
When you said egg in the basket, James, you reminded me of this thing. I don't know if this is like a UK only thing, right? But like when you're a youngster and you're going to school, sometimes you do like these sports days, and when you're really young, they make you do like an egg and spoon race. Did you do that, James?
Oh,
You
yeah,
run
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Like, do you know how like
I don't think we did the egg and spoon.
do you know how ridiculous that actually is? Like who came up with the idea to make a bunch of youngsters think it's normal to run around with an egg in a spoon?
White people.
No wonder we have all these problems in the world. Running around with eggs in a spoon.
That's the source of all the conflict in the
I
world.
can't believe you didn't do this, James. Sounds like a, kind of,
We threw it.
a very accessible game.
We had a prom in my school the last year, which was rare because it's a UK school. But I was banned from the prom because after getting our exam results, we egged all the kids in the playground. So we had eggs but no spoons. We just threw eggs at people. It was more interesting.
Just so you know, James is a reformed egg thrower, so he does not condone this behavior anymore.
That is true, actually. We used to buy them. They were 18 eggs for £1.50.
Now James can be seen giving eggs out on the street.
Yeah. The police would sometimes be involved, and
Well, with you.
not with us, no.
So the Bardolph army.
We were hooligans, man. We were hooligans.
Was that like the entry requirement of the Bardolph army? You have to like throw an egg at someone. You have to get your hands dirty.
We'll come back to it later, Dan, because Kudido's about to plant the bomb on the B bomb site. He has an AK-47 and full armor. Only Fallen is here.
He wins these.
The rotation is on the way. He doesn't know what's safe, doesn't know what's not. He has to assume one person's coming from everywhere. 3 players, 3 entrances to beat. They have to clear the site, though. They only have flashbangs. There's a HE onto Bolt, but there's a first flash. He's got to assume person X is flashing in person Y. He's got to flash off his own. Off the drain pipe, and there are blind plays around. The transfer is not there. But the defuse is.
I'd imagine eggs would stain your clothes. I've been thinking about this. That's pretty messed up, James.
It's yeah. Well, okay. Did you have the 3-legged race?
Oh, what about the wheelbarrow race?
Because I feel like the 3-legged race and the
no.
wheelbarrow race, those can teach you important life skills, because it teaches you the skill that sometimes you're just gonna get pulled down by others. Sometimes, that's just how it goes. I think that's like the moral of that story. But the spoon and egg thing, I don't see where that.
We didn't have spoons or wheelbarrows.
What about like the sack race? You know where you get in the sack?
No, we didn't have sacks. We just ran. Our lessons were running, because sometimes you got to run from the police. 5-on-5 in Cloud9 are taking the banana position, 6-1 at the moment. Do Cloud9 have a response to this SK team on Inferno? Still early days for both of these rosters, and again, Scoodoodle, who knows, he may end up being a temporary stand-in, may return to the field, who knows?
Hope so. It'd be sad without Scar around. He's so good.
He's a guy.
He's so good. That last just cash alone just like shows you his majesty. So 3 still playing down here for SK, and it's going to work out pretty well. The pop flash play comes in, and Cloud9 are definitely going to be thinking about trying to win these fights, because they might presume there's still just 2 players at B, so they may think there's only 1 now.
I think Fallen ran into Stewie's shot on Inferno.
Oh.
But it wasn't all the damage in the world, so.
Dude's opping, not falling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Stewie's the AWPer on B. That's what he does, giving him his comfort. In the meantime, there's no comfort on the A bomb site for Bolts. Getting taken out by Rush, but there's a gap in the smoke. Cold Zero's looking for it. Spots Rush there. Now it's a 3-on-3. Will there be a boost? It looks like there might be.
Ooh. Yeah, that's got a bandage ship
Run,
there.
run.
Yeah, well, that said, also, Fallen gave the op to Fox, did he not? I think Fox. I think so.
He did. I think this is a different scenario, though, and presumably
fair, yeah.
position-based. We know how good Stewie is on B with the AWP, so...
True.
Again, it's another feather to the bow. We've been through this before. It's feather to the bow, right?
String to the bow.
String.
Another string
Feather
to the
cap,
No,
right?
but isn't there a feather somewhere?
Feather
There's
to
a
the
feather,
cap.
guys. To the cap?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's do that.
I think so, right?
Feather to the cap.
Isn't that what it
God
does?
damn it, these feathers,
I
man.
don't know.
It confuses me every single time. Where's the feather at? Somebody tweet me, where do you put the feather?
Okay. Feathers, eggs, potatoes, sacks aside. Wheelbarrows.
Yes, it's further to the cap.
That double orb, that sweet double orb here. Skidoo will challenge. Ooh, I think, did he get blocked by something? He seemed like something slowed him down there, but Flash comes in. Stewie, oh, Skidoo into the flames, out of the flames, through the smoke, out of the smoke, still in the smoke, back out of the smoke. Bolt's going for the push here, automatic going for the spam, and it's not going to be safe to do so. As Bolts will get traded out in the apartments, but the trades are going to go the way of Cloud9. Rush, very responsible man. Responsibility. That's what Rush stands for. As Cold0 makes his way for another investigation. He's got a USP out. He knows they're weak. There's the AWP, of course. And interesting spot now for Cloud9. I like to see this when you have the T side, bunch of trading, then sort of cut noise, take assessment of the situation, see if the CTs will make a desperation play. Eventually, they have to sort of play safe positions across and inevitably spread out across the map, and then you can take a bomb site together and play the numbers advantage. Good Counter-Strike basic. Nice trade from Finesse onto Cold.
Fallen has much to do, trying to position himself for a 1 versus 1. FNS going to rip his face off. And that leaves Stewie on Speedway. And he is getting out of there. He is leaving this, not server, but leaving the CT spawn premises. Round number 3 coming up for Cloud9. So it seems the score may be tight. We see the money is broken for the SK side. So it is time for Cloud9 to catch up and maybe do more than that. AWP Lightning goes well with Oscar's sticker from PGL Major.
What are you thinking, Dan?
Just you know,
Good?
enjoying the tactile
I like it,
feeling
yeah.
of the keyboard.
I don't know why James doesn't like it.
No, the keycaps I don't like. These guys are looking at my bamboo keyboard, by the way. But it's got magnetic switches on it.
What are the what brand of switches are those?
They are magnetic switches. They're called Hall Effect
Oh, they're nice.
switches. They are the
They're
kind of
quite nice.
switches you would find in nuclear silos and places like that because they were very resilient and durable, but you won't get them on a keyboard anymore unless you go for something like this. Actually, you could buy machines from him if you wanted one because he's a left-hander and the
So-
function key you can't change, so you can't use a keyboard.
So, but also that would be EMP safe, right?
I don't know.
So I'm trying to EMP your building. You'd be fine.
I haven't researched EMPs, Dan, so
Well,
I can't answer the question.
Well, I guess a keyboard would be fine. Everything else.
But
Yeah,
it's
what good is the
it's
keyboard?
splash-proof, I can tell you that much. 3-6, and Cloud9 have lost a man early in a round where SK Gaming have only the AWP and 4 pistols, so this is very interesting times. Skidoo looking for somebody on the barrels, and somebody is there. However, it's proving difficult for him to find them. Tarek facing the wall in case of a pop flash play, perhaps. What else can SK Gaming get out of this round? Rush choosing the worst positioning possible. Fallen moving everywhere.
Cole has a great spot. It's usually good for a frag. Ooh, Skidoo play pigeon shooting from him. Let's see what else he can do. Pushing into the B bomb sides and going back with the bomb. I like how you said Rush chooses the the worst angle. As if he consciously made that choice. But do you think that Scar can get a kill out of this, James? How many? How many are we talking? 1, 2, 3.
The angles are so horrible for him.
Got the smoke down. About to get the smoke pushed. No, ooh, there's one. Ooh.
I did not expect that. I did not expect that. All things considered, well done to him, and it will be 2 AWPs. Cold0, is he playing the spawn with his? So it seems Fallen is playing the B bomb site with Stewie, and because Stewie is the AWPer on B, Fallen is the rifler, and Cold0 will snipe A in the meantime, which is very interesting. So far, so good. He's actually registered with HyperX in his name on FACEIT. Got to respect that. That he got paid for it, but there we go. Maybe he works for them. Either way, he's won some FACEIT points. Congratulations to him.
It's a nade, Stewie, enjoy. Ooh, well, that's nice. Good timing on the pop flash. Good timing on the bullet in his face from Tarek. Now Fallen's ready and awaiting with the smoke, and Cloud9 cutting noise again. Just again, like if you sort of create a spot where it's very unsafe for the CTs to go get information. They can't get really any more information than they have now, which is top mid. That's the sort of the safe info that they have right now, and the smoke goes down. And so it's really hard for SK to know what's going on. So unless they want to gamble completely, playing 2 to a bomb site is pretty much one of the only ways to approach this current scenario. So Cloud9 retaking top mid as well. So far, the round is looking quite good for Cloud9. Got top mids, got Banana as well. CT still have no idea what's going on. Ooh, are they going to go for a B split? That would be so cool.
With how much time Cloud9 have had to practice, is Stewie reading what's going on, the communication from his teammates, and just telling them everything they're trying to do? FNS probably has to change the strat book pretty quickly for Cloud9, especially in this particular matchup, but they're walking into AWP once again. Cold Zero with 2 kills so far, and now there's nobody to trade, but FNS will just get a kill anyway. No need to trade him. 3 versus 1, Bolts alone in the pit position, playing the off angle. But it's only 12 seconds to plant the bomb, so this could be pretty strong. There's the bomb carrier. It's falling towards him. He's pre-firing, and the spray is there. Man like Bolts with the 3K from the pit.
That was so smart to just hold mouse one down and just practice your spray control. They have no. Oh my!
Oh my God!
What is that?
That must have been like the quickest counter strafe ever.
Yeah. That is mental. But yeah, this is really cool because you see the pause and then look at the time. He's like, well, they just don't have time. And they have to peek me, so he knows they're coming. And if they don't, well, he still kills enough time to win the round. Very nice by Bolts. SK, they're well on the way to a very strong half here, and it only looks like it looks like double digits are pretty guaranteed at this point. It's a rough start for Cloud9.
Colt has really come to life this map.
Yeah.
16 and 7 right now.
He's having a ball. Well, Cloud9 just chilling. They just chat. They might be having a chat now, an impromptu timeout. Just setting in spawn.
It's a nice pillar there, isn't it?
Did you say pillar?
Tower. Whatever, shut up.
I was going to say.
I've been in a clock tower, I think in Switzerland, when I went there for a fighting game tournament once. It was really cool. There was a really horrible toilet there as well. Just so you know. I actually have a video of it, not of the toilet, but of the trip. Oh, hello! 250k! God damn! Get a nice sniper rifle with that.
I feel like we should be to capture that goddamn soundbite to be reused. That was nice. That was nice.
Knife. Oh, not to Scar, man. Not to Scar. Anybody but Scar. Have you no respect, Stewie?
It's just the standing.
It's Skadoodle, bro. Can't do that to Skadoodle, man. Even I wouldn't knife Skadoodle.
Just saying Stewie's come back from knifing Skadoodle.
I didn't say that. You said that.
It's true.
Grenades going down. Right, never mind. Off the balcony. Not as bad as Scream's grenade, though, on the T side of Train, where he almost killed his entire team. Surprised he wasn't kicked from the server. 9-3 for SK Gaming. Cloud9 starting their initial harassment.
Alright, Cloud9 in a interesting spot again. Like that smoke is down on Banana, and SK, I mean, if not in this game, in the past have shown that they are so willing to just play aggressively out of that smoke in Banana. Fur would in the past be that bad, but here's the top mid take. But I have to see exactly how this Banana dynamic's going to work out, because that is a big threat that looms over Cloud9 right now. Is that, I mean, Fallen's already pushed that position previously. So will Cloud9 now go back to take Banana, or will they just actually commit into A? They commit into A, the flank will certainly seal their face.
Cold Zero is having a field day top mid with AWP. He's killing Rush almost every single round, specifically. 4-on-4 as they start to move towards short, but he can't get the flick in time because Tarek is too quick. Bolts again in the same position, but this time only good for the 1 kill, leaving the B players around the mid position.
stuff here. Automatic will deal with Fallen. And it seems like SK expected Cloud9 to come back to go for a banana retake, actually, and that they wanted to fight. Because they didn't pull a trigger on a flank as they have done in previous rounds. So that can really be the only possibility that they were looking for with the banana control that they had.
Yeah, I think Boltz even had an extra Molotov too. Like he could have Molotov lane right after the first Molotov faded, that I believe Cold threw, and then boxed them in mid for even a longer amount of time.
Oh, he's got no kit, but never mind. So regarding the feathers in the cap and stuff, some replies from Twitter. The feather goes where no feather should. Matt P says, feather in your cap. Johnny Davidson says, I put feathers in my ass.
Can we capture that soundbite?
Big Daddy Tej says, James, egg and spoon racing originated from Bohemia when children would carry sacks of wheat on wooden boards called chives. I don't get the link with eggs and spoons, but okay.
Yeah, we could definitely clip out the end part of that sentence. I think we could do that, actually.
Oh, I see.
I'm not going to repeat.
I see what you did there, Sean.
Ooh!
Damn. The bell is rung. Someone's knocking on the door.
Rush is sick of getting opt.
Fallen's out of there.
Pre-firing angles.
That was nasty.
Rush is so good. He is a monster.
But not when Cold Zero's top mid, apparently. Because he has been the punching bag.
Trying to block the smoke, didn't pass quite work as he wanted.
Just happy to stand there, holding a grenade, jumping to look over the smoke. How can you not love 50 seconds for SK to try and do something here? Sorry, for Cloud9 to try and do something here. FNS and Tariq biding their time top mid. Banana. Oh, what is wrong with me? Dan, talk. I'm out here.
Yeah, it's going
All
to be
these
quite
feathers have confused me.
difficult for SK to really see what's coming here. They have no information on the map. There's 30 seconds left, so that's kind of okay, actually. They're playing 2-3 setup, and the bomb is... I mean, there's 20 seconds to go, and they really need to make a move now. If there is any problems, they're going to lose the round. They may have lost the round already. There's already time in it. They get kills instantly, which they are.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
You just, I mean, it had to go like that. It had to go exactly like that for this round to work.
That is a catastrophe. What is
This guy
going
was
on?
just like, okay, let's all just go to the middle of lane and just sit there. Okay.
They must have thought it has to be a B play. Let's get our knives out and off we go. And
yeah.
And whoop-de-doo. Surprise.
I think everyone's rotating to B.
Oh dear, what a disaster. That is a horrible way to lose a round. And like all your money and everything. That doesn't taste nice, man. The milk's gone bad. The milk has gone bad.
My Counter-Strike doesn't taste like anything, James.
No.
My Counter-Strike tastes wonderful. When I'm in the UK, it tastes of bitterness of my opponents when I'm constantly knifing them. And in America, I don't know what it tastes like. But I tell you what, it doesn't taste like Uncrustables or Twinkies.
Have you had any since Summit?
No. I don't even know where you buy those things from. I shop in Whole Foods.
Oh, they definitely wouldn't have it in Whole Foods.
Yeah. Sure, it breaks all kinds of rules. It's about as fresh as an ant in amber.
Oh!
Ooh!
That was really
Fallen
fast.
plays. Sifu plays. Skadoodle probably didn't even register that Fallen was there before he got exploderized.
I like sometimes how you see the bullet fly past. It's awesome. Okay, Rush looking to make a play. Rush unable to make a play.
It's amazing that grenade didn't collide with him. That would have been some info for SK, but that info will be denied, and he will hear the player fall off the balcony. So does he make a gamble play from that balcony position? The bomb's been lost, so maybe he has to at this point.
Yeah, I think that kill Tariq got him mid has opened things up massively in that sense. Like, as you say, like the rotations have been impacted. Rush is not making a call with it, though. He wasn't going to go and jump out the balcony. He's going to rotate back through Boiler. Boiler, meanwhile, has been catching his teammates off guard, leaving Rush alone now. He knows Boltz is in pit. 40 seconds to get that bomb. planted, and it's not really looking great for Rush. He's really desperately hoping that he can get a catch on the bolts. There it is. Bolts didn't know exactly where he was standing. Rush knew he had that advantage, but now his position is known.
He smoked the mid. He smoked mid because of Fallen, but Fallen's already in Arch. So it's likely a double pick or at least a trade frag situation. But once again, Rush will walk into the AWP. 10-5 in favor of SK. Game number 2 of 4 SK games today. How are they looking now?
That had to be a pretty frustrating round for Automatic. Like, he was in library and could have easily won that round. And then Tarek took the bomb into the wrap, died. And then FNS crossed mid and died. When all they had to do was just wait.
Yeah.
All they had to do was wait. And he probably wins the round for them.
Yeah, SK are in a really great spot. Imagine if they win this pistol. Cloud9 are going to have so much trouble. Ooh. Lots of C9 players towards that banana position, looking to fight, and a fight they'll have. And he's going to come out on top when all the guns have run out of bullets. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I wanted to say something poetic.
My turn to carry. 3 versus 4 for SK, moving into the A bomb site now. All 3 players are here. There's a 3-man rotation from Cloud9. Tarek is alone, really delaying the engagement there, but he can't quite find the head. Now the bomb's being planted. Will they push through the smoke? Are they trying to boost? It is the latter. They're looking for the USP, but not necessarily too safe. He will manage to grab it. Were the CT spotted? The smoke is gone now.
Wow. Very drawn out fight. But that's really... Ooh, bye-bye.
That one not so drawn out.
Yeah.
Save the armor. Surely FNS should save the armor. He's got 1 HP. What has he got to gain versus lose? He's suggesting he's leaving, but... I don't know, what do you think, Sean?
Yeah, he probably should save the armor there, huh? Not much to gain.
So. I mean, let's see what he buys.
If he buys half armor.
Goes full armor.
So,
well, if you're going to buy full armor, then so be it. But if you have half armor already, then it might afford you an extra grenade or just some more money for the buy round.
yeah.
So for me, save the 1 HP and your Kevlar, in my opinion. I think at some point you need to cut your losses.
Bolts, will it be success or will it be failure? Nothing doing just yet. 2-man setup. Can be quite vulnerable. It's just bad timing. There goes Tarek. Tarek killed Cold Zero. Where did the Cold die? What? How did Cold die? Where was he even?
It's had to be right behind Bolts, right?
He must have been. Yeah, we never saw him on camera, but that's the only explanation. That's quite funny, because it was Third that went into the balcony, as he always typically does, so it couldn't have been, it had to be behind him, yeah. That was interesting. Well, it is not looking too fantastic here for Cloud9. They are in quite the troubling spot. They're in a spot of bother, James. Spot of immense bother. They're immensely bothered by what's going on right now. Next round they'll have a full save. So SK will basically be 13-5 before Cloud9 can really have a good round against them. But having Force Sport and spend so much money here, when Cloud9 do get to buy, they won't have any utility, which is incredibly crippling on this map. So I kind of wonder about the Force buy when you're down so many rounds. I mean, how do you feel about this particular situation, Sean?
Yeah, I don't really like it, but also I think those Force buys, I think, helped them, I think, in the Major. Did they not win a couple of those in the Major? The finals versus FaZe. So obviously when you win those in such a big environment, you're more inclined to do it again in the future, right? Because that's fresh in your head.
Envious syndrome.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not nice. See Tarek moving in there to offer some cover in case there was a trade attempt from the balcony position. FNS by the fountain will drown face down. 3-on-3. I'm sure Automatic would like to hold on to this AK, although let's see what might happen here. A fake flash and Rush will fall, and They will commit with Skadoodle there, but now he's gone as well. Automatic does not have a kit, so again, they'll hold on to the armor and the AK. Maybe he'll move to get some exits as well.
It's a really expensive round, though.
It is an expensive round, and it might get more expensive. But Fallen is looking sharp with the AK-47. 13-5. This is a great way for SK to bounce back if they are to win this game, considering they've got 2 more games to play afterwards.
Yeah, honestly, like, SK know that this is the money situation and this is the utility situation for Cloud9. They know this. They know that Skadoodle will have an AWP and no Kevlar. So I'm very curious how SK will decide to play this. Like what Fallen thinks is the best possible way to play against this situation. Because this is one of the rounds where you know with the most certainty what the CTs will have. And you know how a lot of teams will respond. Like most teams will want to take risks or play to try to get a quick 5v4 to mitigate that utility disadvantage.
2 smokes left.
Cloud9 playing really passive. It's all down to the site anchors. Automatic and Finesse. This will be very difficult.
How many kills does FNS get after Automatic falls off? He gets nothing out of it. And that is a really sticky spot now. The high grenades. There's Stewie. FNS falls off. He's only got the flashbang, but he faces while he throws it. And he goes down for free.
Yeah, that's a big problem. I really need at least another kill out of it. And you can see the Cloud9 are not willing to go for a retake here. It's a 3v4 with so much time for the post-plant setups. They can't really make this work. They've got to save these guns and just pray.
If you go back to the pistol round where FNS had 1 HP, right? What if he saved that Kevlar, didn't buy a helmet, because the helmet would have meant a $1,000 investment, and he has a smoke grenade there, drops a smoke in the front of the site, buys some time for a rotation. You know?
Yeah.
These are questions. These are questions, guys.
I don't think you can play double up in the B site like that without throwing any like banana pressure at all. And against like a tier 1 opponent like SK or FaZe or Astralis, they'll just walk in and take advantage of you like that. But what SK did right there is exactly what you should do. You shouldn't, you know, sit around the map and just spread out a default and, you know, not take advantage of the fact that there's nothing being thrown at B. They took advantage of it with 3 players right there. And I mean, they capitalized on just a poor setup early round by Cloud9. That's like a good late round setup, but yeah.
14-5 for Scrochet Commando. That's what SK stands for. I don't know how you pronounce Scrochet. What is it? How do you pronounce it?
I'm not sure how.
Is it like, German? I don't speak German.
It's German. But I don't know.
I feel like there's no way that that's right.
I reckon I got the commando part right.
We need like a phonetic pronunciation on Twitter. Ooh.
Well, Automatic has been sent into oblivion. Rush with a pop flash perhaps. Spotting Stewie. Swatting Stewie. And there goes Cold Zero as well. The bomb is down on the site. Third moving forward. Round number 6 for Cloud9. 4 players surviving. Much needed for the North American side.
Long way back though, and the money's there for SK. So they should be fine. But what is the call from them? One of the reasons why I've been like Inferno's not at the top of my list as well. It's just that from a T side perspective, it's so default heavy.
Yeah.
This map. It's hard to really play this map without using defaults. I think defaults are amazing, but
yeah, it's very difficult, you know, just go into an A hit or just go into a B hit. You have to like get some kind of map control for the most part.
Yeah, you can't not know what's happening in Banana. It's just too risky, isn't it? You gotta take Banana. You gotta take top mid.
Oh my god!
Scalp on the shelf, baby.
Don't knife me, bro.
Yes. 8th round deficit for Cloud9. All of SK now. What remains of them? Top mid.
That was a really big problem losing Stewie there. Even though Stewie wasn't being active, losing him like that. Look, now Cloud9 know that they are pushing towards A, and there is no presence. Skadoodle has retaken Banana. This is a big problem that Stewie died like that. And you can see that SK, they have to sort of they have to adjust here. They have to make a mid-round call, and they're saying, okay, let's retake Banana. We do have a bit of time to do this. We can't allow the CTs to know exactly where we're coming in. Look at this, and an additional player to rotate. And SK going back towards A. That's actually very smart.
Do you think they said all that in Portuguese or English since Dewey's dead?
That's a very good question.
I bet they're talking in Portuguese right now.
Yeah, you're right. They must be. So you're just sitting there like, yo.
The Frenchies on Misfits did it when they were like last alive.
Oh yeah?
They were just immediately switched to French.
Did you resent them?
No, not at all. But one time I was alive when they did it. I was like, guys, English, and they couldn't even hear me. It was like they just ignored me and just kept talking.
Oh man.
8 seconds for this bomb to go down. How is this going to happen? They're rushing towards the site. 4 seconds. Desperation plant from Fallen, and it won't work out for him. Cloud9 make it to half the score of their opponent.
That's like that round actually kind of goes and sort of reinforces the point I was making slightly about like how default heavy this map is, and the fact that SK got into the point of their play where they're like, okay, we actually don't want to commit to fully deny Banana. We want to have very little investment, so we'll just put one guy there. But if that guy dies, it gets really complicated. And now their money is awful. They're going to go for some apartments control. Fallen forcing his way up mid, trying to battle against the AWP.
That's a really cool skin.
Which one?
The Scout?
Scout. That one.
Well, that's not bad.
That is nice, yeah.
Blood in the water will always be the best, though.
That is true.
Always.
That's just because you like swimming with sharks, James.
It was awesome anyway, even before I got qualified scuba, but that too, yeah.
You
Actually,
throw eggs at people and you swim with sharks. You live life on the edge.
like 50 Cent on steroids. So far, so good for Rush. This is a Nico round from SK Gaming. Bolts and Fur remain. Tidy and efficient is Skadoodle. Not like the days where you'd have to buy ammo, but he'll conserve anyway.
Man, that was annoying.
That was annoying.
That was.
I remember decos, like, you'd always buy, like, 721. Just get, like...
I remember an
few
AWP
guys.
clip was, like, $125.
Oh, yeah.
So I see people buy, like, 3 of them. I would just be like, stop, stop, stop.
Yeah.
Not shooting 40 shots this round.
Yeah, I often wouldn't buy additional AWP ammo sometimes.
It's not bad damage. You'd like it all to be on one person, but beggars cannot be choosers. Grenades deployed towards top mid, top Banana. Did it again. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, move on. 1 minute 30 on the clock, and they're charging through the smoke, and they've caught Skadoodle off guard.
Skadoodle is Skaduns. Oh, Tarek's going to go... Is he... Oh, he's going to go straight through this smoke. That's really interesting. That can really only work if Tarek is convinced that they're setting up for a B push.
You asked for it earlier, Dan. You asked for it. You got it.
Yep,
They're
that's
not
true.
treating the smokes like walls anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I would have preferred a different example, but okay, I'll take it. Okay, Rush is going in. Rush's been great, but he's going to get shut down. Fallen's been very on point. Ooh, that's not going to work out. Finesse goes down as well. Everyone's taking peeks and getting wrecked from Cloud9. Automatic, it's his turn to get wrecked now, perhaps. Ah, it will be him doing the ruining. Ooh. Automatic making things a bit spicy, but there's not too much you can do other than survive at this point. Well. Can he survive? Making all the noise. Thunder sitting around.
They've got money at least, Cloud9.
Yep, that's
They
true.
have the money to buy up again. Can they change their fortunes? 7 rounds required for overtime from Cloud9. Will this be SK off to winning ways for the day with 2 matches to come? Time will tell. Maybe not much time. Automatic with the second AWP. So it'll be automatic towards B with the sniper rifle along with FNS. this could be a nasty surprise again. Stewie, the harassment man on Banana. This is what he does best. Slowly creeping in, facing the wall in case of a flashbang. And now he's in position. 3 players for SK creeping up in the meantime. Fallen not shy to scope, rescope. A lot faster than pressing Q twice. FNS holding a smoke out. Automatic as the initial engager. I like this setup. Will there be a flashbang? No, they're just looking for it. There's the smoke deployed. So they know the setup, but they can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, this has not worked out for SK. They've left themselves 50 seconds. They've got no top mid control. So it's kind of cool for Cloud9 because there's always a possibility SK may play some mind games and try to suggest EA go back to B, stuff like that. But Cloud9 can just sit on their 5v4. They've got the AWPs. They've got great positions on the bomb sites. SK have a good amount of grenades, only 1 smoke though, so SK should be okay to set piece into the site. They're actually going for the walk-in, using Fallen as the first man, but he gets taken out. Rush doing immense amounts of damage here, eliminating everyone with the M4. Great spray, beautiful round from Cloud9, and there's not much that can be done now from Fallen.
Very interested to see if he survives, which he might not do, because he's been spotted. Oh, down to 7 HP. Automatic might be the man. AWP versus AWP. Does he charge in with a pistol? Oh, boy. I was interested to see what they would have done around the AWP, but now we won't see because Automatic, last gasp headshot there. Huddled together for Rush. And now you can get some revenge on these players after the difficulties top mid in the first half. 6 rounds to go for Cloud9 to catch up.
These scenarios are rare, but it's always like, do we buy here? Because Fallen has, $300 right now. He's not going to be on a good buy for 2 rounds. So I feel like they almost should buy.
What's
But then at the same time, it's like...
Is it just like 1 loss bonus or?
2, I believe.
Okay.
I believe it's 2.
Yeah.
Actually, not sure. It might be 1. I think it's actually 1 because that guy had like, what, $1,600? Yeah,
it's 1.
1, okay.
Damn, that is a really rough spot. This is the perfect comeback position now for Cloud9. They've really grinded it out for this. And this is where they could really start to make it happen.
So they saved here to buy next, right? Because why would you not just buy here?
Well, I don't know if... I mean, they don't really have the money unless they plant the bomb. Bolt's Fallen and Cold Zero won't be in position to buy much of anything. So we shall have to wait and see what SK have in mind, but it does not look likely that they will plant the bomb in this round for the time being. However, there's nobody in the short position. So if SK can actually make it up there, which doesn't look likely, Fallen's lost the bomb now, bottom mid, and Cloud9 aren't shy to move down. This does spell disaster in this round for SK as Cloud9 look to take double figures.
Rush is having fun. Oh no. Bit scary. Cold just gets to have some fun. Okay, so Finesse will take the frag. So 10 rounds for Cloud9, 15 for SK. Another save for SK before the action begins again. And I mean, the thing is, at least from their perspective, they only need that 1 round. And so the maximum loss bonus will eventually come, and if they get any bomb plants, it's going to boost their economy as well. They go for a half buy.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering why they didn't buy the other round. Because I knew they'd have to save this round. And then they're just going to have to buy next round. So why not buy the previous round?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'm surprised that, I mean, you could just do 2 full saves as well. Like, you only need, like, 1 round. And the opponent's... So that means the opponent's economy doesn't matter at all. So how do you maximize the amount of buys you can get? But it is CSGO. Sometimes these rounds work out.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, yeah, they could easily win this round.
Pop flash, and they burst out the balcony position. The rush will be traded. Skadoodle, how did he have time to get the CZ out? He was so exposed and he gets a second kill out of that. That is ridiculous. fallen now, last man standing, last man to fall. How on earth is Skadoodle alive?
I thought they were winning the round. Honestly, I was like, yep, they're winning the round.
What happened with Scott here? Okay. What is going on?
On his head.
Those vertical fights in CS,
They feel so weird sometimes.
they do feel super weird, yeah.
Don't see that in a pro match every day.
That was really bizarre. Well, at least SK have a full buy now, so that's something. Something. The apps take coming in from them, and perhaps they'll go to Banana later on. And maybe this is just a way for them to conserve utility, so that if they do retake Banana, they won't have to fight against all of the initial grenades from the CTs. Ooh, just going for that straight top mid take, and Cold Zero is going to take liberties. And take Skadoodle's head as well, as now SK have a forward position.
So very deep smoke grenade in library, but Tarek will make his way through it anyway. So Archer's been retaken, but it plays it towards a short position. No flashes for Tarek to help Rush, just got to be gunfire, and he's got the bomb for the time being. Lots of time on the clock, but it's Stewie alone, 1 versus 3, looks away, horrible timing for him. And Tarek will get a headshot. Cloud9 are catching up, something disgusting, only 3 rounds away now.
Wow. It's really coming together for them, and this is a spot where had SK spent less money in the previous rounds, they'd have a full buy here. So just wanna throw that out there.
That is true.
Get that little tidbit in there.
Get it out there, Dan. Get it all out. This is a dangerous spy from SK Gaming. They've got the flashbangs. They could try to burst top mid, although Cloud9 will leave it open and invite them into their crosshairs, into their reticles.
Maybe they'll go for the same round as before when they had this kind of a buy, just because that round did look quite successful. I mean, like Sean said, it did seem like they had a really strong shot at actually winning that round. They had good positioning. Somehow Skadoodle got some crazy frags. That's really the only thing that saved them. So they may be trying to do the same thing, but just with a different timing. Try to throw off their opponents. And Cloud9 know they only really have to just hold to the bomb sites. They don't have to really do anything crazy here. And they're also saving utility fairly well. Well, I guess it's okay. Not amazing, not super impressive, but it will do the job. SK with 2 flashbangs, and that's it now.
No balcony burst from SK. Cloud9 sending a 3rd player to the B bomb site with the smoke on Arch. So it seems that Tarek has a good read as to what SK might be suggesting and actually doing. Moving into the site now, automatically initially engaged, but he misses the shot. FNS managed to get 2, and now Automatic is delivering, as well as Tarek. 2 rounds remain. 2 rounds.
I wonder what informed Cloud9 that they were going to be there. They just stacked it with 3 people. I mean, if SK did do that same balcony strat like you were talking about, it might have been successful right there.
Yeah, I have no idea how they got that read. 2 rounds away indeed. This is getting really interesting. Cloud9 have been having so much success with a double AWP and just playing it fairly chill.
If SK plant the bomb in this round but lose, they can still buy in the next round, because of the loss bonus. Otherwise, Cloud9 will have a reasonable chance at overtime if the bomb doesn't go down and they win this round. Automatic and FNS towards the B bomb site once again. FNS has made his way towards the tree position. For now, SK won't aggress towards B. Cold Zero keeping them honest, just in case something crazy happens, but there is time on the clock here for SK. A minute. And at some point, they're going to have to push these B players away. Otherwise, the CTs will have too much ground and too much information.
So the walk, the balcony walk. Will this be it? A Cloud9 setup could be susceptible to this if the timing's good. But Finesse is pushing the deep banana smoke. This is amazing timing here for Cloud9. He can fall back and the balcony push comes in. The bomb is lost for the moment as Bolts gets the trade. He can pick it back up, but in comes the rest of Cloud9 here. Bolts needs an amazing hold of this position, but he can't get it. It's up to Cold in the 1v3 here. to save SK's chances in this round. He's got 20 seconds to do it somehow. It's not looking that great. They can just hide, and hide they will.
So no bomb plant for SK. So as you can see, they've got decisions to make. If they buy AKs, they've got next to no grenades. So they may have to get worse guns and less utility. As you can see, Stewie with the Galil there allows him to get a Molotov and a smoke grenade. So they can execute together. They've got the skill to make these weapons work, but can they? Will they, rather?
Yeah, it's been, I think we can see due to some of their economic decisions, it's been hard for them to feel comfortable going banana early rounds, just because they can't really win the fight of utility and a lot of these spots. So SK have been playing with less options generally. They do have top mid. It's been given by Cloud9. This has worked out really well for Cloud9. Great initial defense. Oh, did Tarek go off in the smoke? I think he did.
Oh, rush! Sees, I think, Stewie or whoever it was through the smoke, but... Oh, and there it is. Not even time to commentate in the round. Absolute violence from Cloud9, and we are heading to overtime. That looks very unlikely after the first half, but here we are.
Great work from Cloud9.
Stewie on the other side of the Cloud9 comeback on Inferno.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a good look for them.
In the phase treatment.
It is interesting, you know, actually taking Finesse into this team. I do wonder how it's gonna like in the next few months look.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell like how Cloud9's actual form is right now, because SK is also, you know, dealing with their own problems as a new team right now.
Yeah.
So.
And Finesse has never necessarily had the ideal situations as well.
No, this is like an excellent situation he's found himself in.
So this is, yeah,
For
very
the time
cool
being, but then
By
again,
far the best.
Skadoodle's a question mark as well. What happens there?
That's a very good point.
That is true.
Well, the utility war by Banana is going to eventually be won by SK. Baron Bolts.
Of
Okay,
course they win this round, right?
Yeah, that's a open bomb site. Or is it?
Or is it?
Tax made his way in.
Oh no!
Oh, that was close. Automatic can still stop it and shut it down, but he's not. Okay, he's not going to go for a deep peek. There is actually a world where he goes for a more committed peek there and actually gets a kill. But it's down to Finesse to create some space for Automatic, and he's going to go down. Stewie in position, in time. The frag is awarded to him. So it looks like the first round of overtime will go to SK, and they'll be wondering where this round was a while ago. It's always this happens so often when you get like the overtime, and then you know you couldn't win that one round.
Yeah.
For ages, then of course it comes like it's the easiest thing ever in overtime.
It's weird that Cloud9 opted to put like double halls right there when they've had so much success at, you know, just dictating where SK goes with utility. And just playing back in the site, pit, balcony, inside the arch. I think they just wanted to kind of switch up the look. Like they finally had freedom to do it, so they're like, let's just actually change things up.
Makes sense, makes sense. Sometimes you gotta keep it fresh for yourselves.
Whoops, that's not what he wanted.
Oh no.
That's really unfortunate for Fur. Fallen picking up immediately where Fur left off. Nobody by the sandbags for him.
It's like a baton in a relay race. He just picked it straight up. Oh, that was so close.
A rare miss from Fallen. And I don't think he'll get a second opportunity. That was a really interesting peek.
I'm actually surprised Tim stayed there.
Yeah, he's playing an off angle now from the pool position. He won't be pre-fired there. It is, you'd never expect an AWPer to be standing in pool with no support, basically, because FNS is second orange, he's blind. And he was by the stairs running into the flames, and he might get barbecued. FNS unable to get anything done in the meantime. Actually, he picked off Stewie. Tarek's been traded. 2 versus 4 as the grenades stream in. But there's still FNS to find, trying to buy as much time as possible. Second oranges, rather. Bolt is 10 HP. FNS picking great timing back again. More baiting. And Skadoodle will pick the last player off in Fallen. 16 apiece.
Great job of both Tim and FNS staying alive in the site. Like they literally did not commit to any fight that they didn't need to commit to, which allowed Tarek to rotate in and get the 3rd kill right there.
And after this kill from Finesse, I actually love how Finesse found the timing for the next peak, because That's really hard to understand, like
Yeah.
when to go for that peak. It's really difficult, but he found the absolute perfect moment. And I was looking for that. That was really cool. So 1 round apiece, either side, Cloud9 and SK. As now Cloud9 are going to be playing a bit more passively in this round. With a double loss, again, that works out really well for them in the regulation. So we'll see if that will have a similar effect here now in the overtimes.
Minute 10 on the clock. Cloud9 changing the setup towards B. Seems FNS has been boosted on the flower pots now, and Automatic's holding the angle from CT side. So we'll see if that has a part to play in this round later on. For now, we've got Bolts causing havoc towards the balcony position. Trying to identify where these players are, perhaps. How far out will he go? He could make it into pits here. Down he is. Did they hear him? Tarek has heard him, but what can he do about it? Will that pull rotation? There are 3 people here towards the A side. They're lining up for him. Tarek's in the red now, and that's pulling the SK players towards the A sides.
Yeah, this is a really awkward spot. I don't think Cloud9 can really survive here. Boss picks off another one. Obviously, Tarek's been left very low. Gets a cheeky frag onto Cold, but... Ooh, okay, maybe there is a possibility. Automatic creates an opening for himself and for Finesse as well as they make their way in from our side. It's very difficult, though. 2 players in pit. 1 on the sites. And as far as Finesse and Automatic are concerned, they could be in apartments, they could be all over the place. Very tough spot to work with. Flashbangs go out and they'll make the play in. Spotting the first one is Finesse, but Automatic, he can't trade in time. Too much to worry about for himself, and it's Fur with the double as SK pick up 2 rounds in the first half of overtime 1.
That's a huge individual play by Bolts, because you just feel like nothing is working for SK in the last, dozen rounds. Other than that round, they got the 2 kills in halls.
That was a huge play.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really cool nade set actually for anyone like in pugs or something. You throw that smoke on the hay cart, molly pit, single off the guy pit, then you have to only clear Balk because the smoke blocks to your left. Then you can just drop down on anyone below you, and you have everything in front of you once you get to that location. Just literally, it was just all him. Like no one was even close to him on this team.
Yeah, Geralt used to have loads of great setups like that on balcony too, actually, and be switching cash. But that's a good opening there from Fallen, taking down Automatic straight away. Creating a spot where Cloud9. I mean, how do you like approaching the? You lose a player quickly to a pick situation on a D4 heavy map like this. What are you thinking as far as like a call goes?
It's really difficult, honestly. Like you have to get banana at that point. You just want to like keep doing your default at that point. You want to get mid control. You want to get banana control so that way you force 2 guys B and 3 guys A, hopefully. And then, I mean, maybe if you want to try, you could try to pull a 3rd guy to B and then hit A. Or you could just actually go B and get like a 4-on-2.
1 minute mark. We look for the first team to 19 rounds to win this match. Automatic has been lost, leaving Cloud9 in a awkward situation. They need to stave off match point for SK.
This is actually like a great smoke to throw, in my opinion, a man down scenario.
Why?
Just because you force this guy at the arch to basically lose all of his info. So he has to play in between CT spawn and A. So A site basically only has like 2.5 players instead of 3. But unfortunately for them, they didn't allow the smoke to like simmer enough, bake the spawn hit.
Yeah, it seemed he was on the way to CT spawn to figure out what was going on. Can Tarek keep his team in this game? He can, covering while Skadoodle plants the bomb, bouncing into the library, but can't do anything else, and it's Skadoodle to try and clutch, but there's still a player in the pit. Bolts is still there. Skadoodle looking for positions he used to be in, getting completely wiped out by that flashbang. Still alive somehow, but with the AWP, the trades at the very worst were always going to happen for SK. And that is match point for the mostly Brazilian side.
Against like a tier 2 team, Scrap peeks back library, that flash doesn't come, he gets that kill, jumps away lane, singles off the guy pit, But against a good team, they flash in the air and then the pit guy swings and gets that kill.
Very hard spot with an AWP.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a super hard spot in a 1-on-3.
Yeah. And that's why when you saw those highlights from Kusa versus lower tier teams, it was like, wasn't really the best retake attempt necessarily. No offense to him. Match point for SK, and Stewie has been taken out early doors. 2-2 set up for SK at this point. And Cloud9 may take their time moving into Banana because there was a smoke at the bottom, I think.
Stewie's had a rough match.
Yeah. I kind of felt like that might happen. Actually, at the major, it wasn't until the end of or towards the overtimes in which he really started to show up as well, which was quite cool.
Is that cool?
Well, I mean,
That doesn't sound cool. It sounds terrible.
I mean, well, it obviously
Sounds the opposite of cool down.
Well, it made for a very close game, and then he shone. He had some amazing clutches. Like he really pulled it together when his team needed it by far the most. So that was cool to see that he wasn't just out of it, because he had his map 1 was bad in the series.
30 seconds remain, Dan. 30 seconds remain, and Fallen is alone towards the B bomb site. He was flashed off his position, but there's no rotation. What left of SK trying to defend the A site, and Bolt has to do a lot here. The bomb is going to get planted with 20 seconds left. Default plant towards short. Fallen rotating from B. This won't be the round. He'll have to save for the next one.
Good look for Cloud9. Getting back in there. I do wonder if we'll see any like daring pushes somewhere, like at second mids, even down mids. Yeah. We haven't really seen any of that from either team so far this map.
No, the only time that really happened was that time that they aggressed Boiler. They died, and then I think Cold Zero like re-aggressed, and then Bolts pushed Halls. But that was like a weird half buy, so I agree that we really haven't seen that at all out of SK.
It often feels like it can be really good, especially if the other team doesn't have an AWP and they're sort of afraid of you having the AWP, and it kind of allows you a little bit more space down mids.
Do you think Fallen just shot the ground right there asking for a boost this round? I bet he shot the ground asking for a boost. He's like, this is where you're going to boost me next round.
Stand here.
Watch.
Whereabouts was it? I wasn't paying attention.
It was right next to the half wall and Banana.
Okay.
It's like, no, you're going to boost me here. It's the exact location.
Well, maybe that timing has been completely lost now. The flashbang is there, so they're still trying to do it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, basically what I was referring to previously, that you actually see some AWPers, you have a good spawn, they throw the smoke in front of the car so that so the Molotov doesn't do anything and they can take the really fast peek.
Yeah.
That's happening quite a lot, which is quite fun to see. Bolts gets a challenge again. They're just flooding out of the apps. This is very scary stuff from Cloud9. Brute forces the way forward. Perhaps Skadoodle. Oh god. Everyone's dying.
Obviously thought he was Stewie. But Stewie's still alive.
Smoke criminal.
Speaking of which, Tarek is in the smoke. But will they even look for each other? Has he given away a sound cue? There goes Fallen. Almost the second one, but now they have all the information in Cloud9. And Stewie does not. He needs to figure out where these players are. He saw the trajectory. And he will land a tag. This is the last round. He's got to go for it. He has a kit. But he's... I don't know if he's got time to switch out for another weapon. Stuck in the smoke. Maybe has no idea where he is. And Skadoodle will just dance around. He's got his knife out, Skadoodle. He wants revenge. And he'll have more opportunities because we're going to overtime number 2.
Day of overtimes.
First team to 22 rounds.
I would say Cloud9, I put favored right now. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I just feel like the rounds that SK wins on T side are very different than the rounds that, Cloud9 is winning on T side. I feel like there's a weird, individual plays. Now, obviously, that could mean that SK could just keep cycling through ideas, and eventually they're going to find something that works, and then find something that counters Cloud9's stuff that works.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this one. Ooh, will the timing be for this boost? Ooh, that is very close indeed. to be lucky to be alive.
That is a juicy grenade.
Look at the apps control from SK. They're deep in the apps. And now they're cheating a player over towards B. This is interesting. So SK have a fairly good read that this is going to happen just due to the apps control, I would imagine.
Bolts has no flashes though for the pull position. That's a problem. Cold0 getting his bell rung, but Stewie and Cold will deliver. Bolts is the man to go down. That flashbang hasn't quite worked out. Supposed to go over the barrels, and Stewie will fall to his doom. Shadows will give the position away. That was a crazy shot from Cold0. 2 versus 3 of the CT side. That HE grenade is going to do no damage whatsoever. 2-on-2 now as Fallen moves up banana.
But can he best finesse? As Finesse waits patiently on the off angle. Surely he's looking for it. Fallen's looking for it, but Finesse very quick to the headshot. Really nicely done by him. And now it's up to Cold, but it may just be up to him to try to survive here. On 8 HP, can't really entertain the idea that he can really clutch this. But he is wrapping back around. Oh, is he going to go for the crossfire? It's so strong. Gets the first kill, but there is the trade. Indeed, the crossfire proves successful. The round goes to Cloud9. A really nice round from them.
Really good play by FNS to plant the bomb and just immediately dip out the site, hold the banana flank. Unknowingly dodge that HE nade coming right at him. And that kill on Fallen and banana. Huge.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see if they can keep up such things. Cloud9 looking to be in a position where they could keep the momentum going here and close things out, but I really don't know anymore. After that envious overtimes that we had earlier today, I feel like once you hit the overtimes, it really doesn't it's very hard to predict. We get the apps control take again from the Cloud9 side, but it doesn't really pan out all too well so far. Fallen's deep in there with the AWP. Really no fear whatsoever with that AWP. And they'll start things off with a 3v5, so life definitely looks quite nice right now for SK. And Cloud9 is all they can do really to just play the 3 men that they have left into top mids. Flash to get people off the angle if they were holding it from Arch side. Fer is that man though, and he's slightly deeper. He's 1v1 potentially, Skill baiting him out. Very awkward here from Fer. Does get tripped out. Very nicely handled to Cloud9 the way they pushed that angle together. Tarek opening things up towards the pit. And all of a sudden, opportunities. But will they realize there is a player still lurking in the pit? Will they realize that Cold could steal away all of the hope in this round? Bomb goes down. And these positions are not perfect here for Cloud9. Still, I do wonder, do they have any idea about Cold? They surely don't. Cold looking to slow the edge onto an angle here. He'll find the first one, Tarek. Now they'll know. Finesse getting himself 2, leaving Cold as the last man standing. Finesse having an amazing round so far. Skadoodle in the 1v1 clutch. Clutcher against Clutcher, who will come out on top. Skadoodle, of course, with the CZ. Wow, what on earth happened with Finesse?
That was crazy.
He just took off 2 people's heads in an instant.
They must have lined up running in.
Oh wow, I thought they were done. Their positions post-spawn were awkward. They had no idea Cold was in pit. So
I mean, they probably don't expect FNS could be in that angle based on where Cold is. They're probably thinking if there is a guy inside, he's in the back corner, which Cold can't see. Wow.
It's a big round as well. Look at how it's affected the economy of SK. Yeah,
they are in a very ropey position indeed. Fer with the Mag 7, 3 TZs. Last round of the half for SK, well, for both teams. And we see the aggression being lined up. So they will spot, wait for a push, and then try to cause some carnage. But Cloud9 will try to play on their advantage. Grenade goes sailing in. Fallen just continues to look for information. Do Cloud9 smell a rat? They can hear his jumping, surely. They get away with that one. No response. FNS trying to trade, but he will go down as well.
I'm always a bit dubious about like those situations, you know, where you don't have like these perfect trade setups. You try to like force it, and it just gets a bit awkward. And you're playing into the you're playing the game of the CZs at that point. And the CZs are better at moving and shooting than the AKs. At the same time, that is. Fallen looking for an investigation. Oh my god. Oh my god, and 12 HP.
His positioning and timing at being like at that specific spot was
Yeah.
perfect.
Doesn't get better than that. That is for certain. Well, an unexpected recovery there from SK to grab the last round of that half in this overtime, but still there is a lot of work to be done to prevent Cloud9 from taking this away. Cloud9 need 22 rounds, unless I am mistaken.
That is correct.
Yes, it is. So SK need all rounds. Cloud9 need 2 of 3. 3 men starting towards B for Cloud9. The initial grenades will be deployed. The double nades towards the tree position. It is not safe to stand in banana early round versus these teams.
All the flames. Malik taking a shot. Not able to catch too much just yet, but the second go of it is good. But the trade through the half wall is very effective from Fallen, and that's going to equalize the standing on men. 4v4, but importantly for SK, they'll be happy about that. They have banana control, and going 1-for-1 as a tease to accomplish that is a very happy place. They have apps as well, so they are fairly set up to go from top mid take should they want to. Look at how Cloud9 though are floating a player back towards A, so they've a 1-3 split. So Cloud9 gambling a bit here.
Oh, yeah. I for a second I thought they would have left Ska on the coffin to opt B. Yeah, FNS is probably just gonna play like Spa and Fall.
.29 seconds remain for SK. 1 lurker still towards banana. 3 top mid, but there's a late Molotov to disturb these players. And Rush still has the Molotov in the pit position, as you can see there. So SK can't really go anywhere. They're stuck. There's 12 seconds left. They're still moving off top mid. There's a crossfire for Cloud9. There are 8 seconds for the bomb to go down. Skudino, can he hit the right shot? He can. Desperation bouncing of the bomb. Is there time? I'm not sure that there is.
Ooh.
Oh, what? And there it is. FNS and Tarek now playing for the retake. Tarek is miles away, just leaving B to get onto banana, and they realize they're so far away. They're so out of position. It is time to save.
Wow.
How did they just win that round?
Oh my god.
SK do that better than any other team I know.
Cloud9, like strategically with utility, they played that round perfect. Wow.
Sometimes perfect ain't good enough.
Nope.
In Counter-Strike. Gaben says no. This is weird. Okay, 20-20. Many rounds of Counter-Strike today, and many, many more rounds to come. Many more SK rounds to come. If you are just joining us, SK will be up against NRG for 2 maps after this map is done, which will be very interesting. NRG are currently undefeated in the league.
Final boss.
The final boss, yes, and an unexpected one. A lot of new bloods. But back into this affair. Skudoo might get himself a lovely pick or 2. There's one. Kozira caught walking up. Not expectant of that angle. Expecting of that angle. When threatening the push into CT spawn. Things get a little bit awkward for Cloud9, but they have a 5v4. Finesse is drawing his attention back, and they'll handle it pretty damn well.
Well, that's quite the wipeout. Cloud9 look good for match point. Fallen has a minute 10, but he can't engage the first player in a successful fashion. There it is. The drum of match point for Cloud9. See what SK have to offer them. They've got the 5 AKs out. They've got good utility. They need this round for overtime number 3. And let's go. The double ops continue for the CT side. Skudoo and Automatic. Tarek up there with 36 kills so far, leading the server. Fallen not far behind on 34. Maybe spraying the gun, so I don't know how many people are moving up second mid, I don't know.
I think also, like, maybe make Cloud9 think that they can't walk apps because maybe they think someone's spamming apps. Could be it as well.
A change of pace here from SK. A distinct change of pace. Tarek spots one, maybe two. Really fighting for control, forcing the CTs back and forcing themselves forward. Bolts now in the arch position. Skadoodle can't see much on the site. This is really awkward for Cloud9, and they're getting wiped out. 5 versus 2. Skadoodle trying to do what he can. Fighting back now, 2 versus 3. All of a sudden, he's on his own, Skadoodle. Putting a smoke on the bomb, running distraction. Automatic still coming in from the arch position, but coldzera is on arch itself in that quiet corner. Skadoodle trying to do more. Automatic managing to get one more kill, but he's got 2 more players to find. Another smoke on the bomb, and Fallen will pick him off. Overtime number 2.
What the hell's going on?
Ooh.
That was mental.
Where did SK pull that from?
That was a really
amazing.
cool round. Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was a really, really nice round.
They even had the smoke for default. That was nice.
I love that. I love that stuff. It's like a cool facet of that bomb site too, that you can kind of do that. You can get like that like shallow plant and then sort of like fall back. Just have like apps control and like isolate the CTs away, force them to retake quad and so on. It's really interesting.
Oh my, that was fast.
Oh, there we go. Fallen has been activated. In the face, no less. Closed casket funeral for FNS. Tarek, though, is still on the site, still with the AWP. Tarek is definitely dead. SK angry, charging the B-bomb site.
That was so fast.
So bodied, oh my god. SK switched it on. Wow.
I love how Fallen had the presence of mind too to smoke spawn and double flash without running in. Because typically most people would be like, oh, we killed Automatic and FNS, the 2B players. Let me just, you know, knife out, run to piece, maybe smoke spawn on the way, kill the rotator from top of first oranges. No, he actually waited and flashed spawn for his teammate to run in with the AK, knowing that a third guy could be sight.
That was nasty. Damn, dude. Fallen is pissed. 22 to 21. First team to 25 to be the victor. NRG lie in wait. One of these teams, well, both these teams might be exhausted by the end of this one. But there's more Counter-Strike to come.
All the counter-striking all of the time. Fallen going for the peak. Hello. Oh, this is a really good spot. Now Fallen can look how much space he can take. That's pretty cool. The smoke has to come out. The smoke is forced to come out. Look at the utility for Cloud9. It's awful. It is atrocious. And SK, they've got loads of utility left to do whatever the hell they want. They've got banana control. They don't have to take top mid if they don't want to. They can though. They could at the very least actually smoke off arch because there's no vision on quad. And an arch smoke is normally what you would probably toss.
Ooh, front side smokes? Is that what this is? B front side smokes?
Yeah, that's I throw a smoke very similar to this, only ever so slightly to the right, which bounces off the fountain. So that might be a wall of smoke at the front of the site, or at least one which would obscure the coffin position. And there is the wall. So now what do they do with this? Is it a Fnatic strat? Well, CT is open. Old Fnatic style, they would smoke CT as well and rotate into construction. This is a disaster for SK. Automatics all over the place, and now he's face down on the floor, as is Fallen. FNS to try and save the day. Bolts behind the wall, but the wall is falling. Tarek and FNS, the double peek is not necessary. The double dink from Tarek is enough. 22 apiece.
Hero movement from Automatic, just sort of bobbing and weaving amongst the smokes. Spotting the opportunity as well. Obviously, they sort of think that they can ignore Automatic, but because of the way the gap in the smoke was, actually he had kind of an advantage.
That was a big gap.
A pretty significant advantage, in fact. So, SK need to tighten up their smokes.
Yeah, I throw the first smoke, the one we witnessed, observed, to obscure the coffin position. I've seen if one or two, two or three teams do a wall of smoke in front of B now, but it's never quite the old Fnatic strat where they would do the deeper CT smoke and then make a play into construction. Although that does put you into a funnel. I want to say it was NRG who did it to try and plant in the smoke.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Yeah.
And actually have loads of cool things about their game plan.
Yeah, I really think Energy actually has a really deep playbook on pretty much all their maps. They have a really deep map pool right now.
It's kind of nuts, right?
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's so awesome. Okay. 22 to 22. Everyone's getting all the rounds. 45 seconds left. Top banana is under control. Top mid is being worked on. Now goes fur. And cold as well. So now they have top mid also. Will there be a chance from Cloud9 to pop flash perhaps? Just using this trade setup. Trade setup is great! A 1 for 2. Loving that. Now they also know that there's no players coming A, so they know it's going to be a B play. Players starting to emerge, Skadoodle in position. Able to swap one away, Fallen's down. Ooh, that was close. 2 HP for Stewie. Horse is not happy.
Where is the horse?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like a horse.
Maybe it's in a coffin.
Maybe the horse is just
a really small horse.
omniscient, just everywhere. It's just in the sky. Horse god.
Over the wall, perhaps. They're slowly edging forwards, but Bolts will push them off the cliff. 2 versus 1 automatic on his own now, with a kit. But he's got to be quick. He hears the scope, and now he knows that the sniper is close. Doing a run for it. I respect the attempt. Quick decision and quick thinking, but is it too late?
Oh, he might have.
I think he might have it.
He has it actually.
Oh!
My.
Daylight robbery from automatic. That is a drive-by if ever I saw one.
World star.
That was nice. Wow. Wow, Stewie could have bought the extra milliseconds as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's kind of peeking there instead of playing the tight angle. Damn. Oh wow.
That is quite a round.
Yeah, that's so nuts. Who the hell's gonna win this game?
I have no idea.
SK or Cloud9 that.
Who's gonna win this? What's happening?
The people.
The peoplers.
Double snipers for SK now. We saw a lot of that from Cloud9 and it continues here on the Brazilian side. Rush taking chunks. I think the grenade collided with him. If it did, which I think it did, then SK will have heard that. Yeah, it definitely did.
Chunks of death.
So they know that somebody was close. They are expectant. They have 3.5 players towards the A site, although Fallen now rotating back towards B.
Yeah, that was... oh my god! Ouch!
Chunks.
And Tarek's missing many chunks. He is less chunky now. Now we've got the next phase of the plan. Cloud9 looking to take top mid. They will burst onto it, and it's looking pretty good so far, but we've seen this from Cloud9 and from SK. Just the very passive setups with the double orbs, and it has been for both teams pretty effective generally across the board, so... I like this. Fur is actually just retaking top mid just as Cloud9 leaves, so now they should have a good understanding. I'd imagine Fur will rotate fairly soon. Yeah, Fur is... actually, no, still an arch. So they got info top mid, but they're not using it. There's 25 seconds left. Now Fur's starting to come back just as the push comes in.
FNS has made a play into construction and he's managed to get around the corner before Fur can get into position. Has this been detected? Apparently not. Wide peek from him and he does the job. Fur now in CT spawn and FNS will reposition, but Skadoodle will take him out, which leaves 2 SK players sitting on their hands on the A bomb site.
Very nicely done. Are they going to go for this? The 2v3 and of course will get taken down by the Orbs. Skadoodle watching over. Vigilant. That was a really cool. I like the way that FNS peeked onto quad because it's sort of like it's just like a pre-fire peek, and it's just he lined up very well.
This has gone to so many overtimes that it's broken the HUD. See, it just says rounds at the top. How can these teams have so much power? So, is that match point for Cloud9? It is,
yeah.
again, and 2 match points this time. Can they take it over the line? That was wild, man.
Such a good peak. Such a good peak.
That was the way. The reason I love that peak very quickly is just because it's like that's not about skill at all. It's just like that's a complete setup of that. Potential altercation towards the banana area. Fallen looking for it. He's got a deep angle with the AWP, and it's not being teased by anyone from Cloud9 as they.
They all turned around and
yeah, that was so good.
Noped out of there. That is a nope gif if ever I saw one.
Oh my god. As soon as I saw that, I was just creasing. Just, oh my, it's so funny. 4 players on A for SK. You would like to think that with that, they can defend anything. Fallen is the one with the AWP. I don't know if they smoked the bottom banana, but Fallen has control of it still. Seems looking into the wall at the moment, evading any potential flashes, perhaps. Also, I wonder how much you can hear from that position. Footsteps wise. Either way, they will start to try to retake banana, but this is well done by Cloud9 because it's not obvious for SK if this is a committed play or not. They don't know how many players behind this.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of waiting and then getting map control as quickly as possible once they could at banana. Now they're heading back to the A bomb site after forcing 2 guys B.
This is really nice. And now Finesse will try to sell it. Although a raw peak like that may be the opposite, but either way, in comes the push, 17 seconds to get the bomb planted, people dying all over the place, left, right, front and center. It's Skadoodle with the bomb in the corner of the sights. And the post-plant positions are not too shabby, but Fur could just destroy everything here. Ooh, Tarek wins the 1v1, however.
Creeping around the smoke, Stewie and Fallen. Trying to find anything, trying to find somebody on the balcony. Stewie on fire, forced away. This is match point for Cloud9, and it's looking very difficult. They don't have kits, these 2 players. Fallen trying to bait somebody out, but there's automatic popping out from the graveyard. There's a trade from Tarek, and there is the game for Cloud9. 22-25 over SK.